Hey y'all, this is Ruby Rocks here, and welcome to another pep talk. Now, I know I did one last night, Lost and Magic Rose discussion lore. I actually was up at the midnight waiting for it to export, and I'm just like to myself, I cannot stay up watching this export all night. I need to get some sleep, so I ended up going to bed at 12 a.m. because unfortunately the internet was down. It was taking so long to export. Like, it was still export, but it was just taking so freaking long. So it's being uploaded right now, and it'll get posted soon. And hello, Gora Ninja. What's up, my dude? So today we are actually going to be talking about the Ellipsity fan series that I am making. It is called Hope is Full of Phantoms. So the Ellipsity fan series, Hope is Full of Phantoms, I know it has a similar title to it. That's just basically the idea to it. Hope is full of phantoms, life is full of phantoms. You get the gist, right? So we all know, we have no idea what the end of Life is Full of Phantoms is yet. So, depending on the ending, I have made a pretty good series of what is going to happen at the end of Life is Full of Phantoms Season 4. Now, basically, what about deaths? I mean, I know recently Tashiana and Peiko died. So did Parker Anderson. So did Katie Rose. For those of y'all who don't know who Katie Rose is, Katie Rose was Fractal's caregiver. She died after phantom amphetamine after taking him in. So I'm actually including her in there because she's dead. She's a dead character. Another one I would like to point out is Foci because he got poisoned by Tashiana. And I also like to point out Scarletta because you know what fucking happened to her. Y'all know what happened to her. All of y'all Ellipsity fans out there who actually watched the series know who the dead characters are right now. So I have a really good theory of who might die, like in Season 4. Sadly, I'm including Fractal as one of the theorized dead people because he looks like he has a high possibility of dying. It's just my opinion. He has, like, these certain characters that are still alive to Life is Full of Phantoms these days have a percentage on what high possibility percentage they're dying at. So Fractal is probably an 80. I mean, he looks like he wouldn't die, but he looks like he would die at the same time. So I just put him as an 80%. For Billy, it would actually be a 60% because he's a child, but still, I just feel like characters like Fractal, Billy are actually going to die. For Ellipsity, it's actually pretty much a 10% because he's a strong fella. You know, he's a really good fella. We all know that he's frozen in the capsule Fractal put him in, or at least his doppelganger. So, and another one I would do like to make is Milo has a 65% chance because he's going to have his memory loss because of Pamiak or Pamiak. I don't remember how you pronounce it. It's either Pamiak or Pamiak. Somebody tell me down in the comments because I know a lot of words have weird ways of spelling. So please, guys, let me know how it's pronounced. Pamiak. Somebody let me know. Because I know the name Rosalia sounds like Roselia. People, please help me here. So, okay, so this is going to include spoilers for those of y'all who hadn't watched Life is Full of Phantoms and are watching this video. Watch out. I'm about to do some Mother Phantom spoilers here. Sorry about this Ellipsity, but Phantom you. Just Phantom you. So, Life is Full of Phantoms start out when we got introduced to Tashiana and her son Milo. Tashiana had abandoned Milo because he wasn't acting like he was supposed to toward her in her opinion. And the point is, Milo was a Phasmophera and half Jammer. So Tashiana really thought, you know what, you're a Jammer and you don't belong in the Phantomverse, but you're a Phantom and you don't belong in the Jammerverse, you don't belong anywhere. So she decides to abandon him after that. But then again, Milo roams all over until he ends up at Ellipsity's cabin. Now, Ellipsity had posted this Christmas skit that was actually supposed to explain how he had met Milo. basically. And I actually laughed at it because apparently he set himself up as a 2012 cringe, which actually got me because it wasn't 2012 that time. It was actually 2017, 2018, and I'm just like, boy, that's like seriously, that just really got me because how the fuck is it 2012 but it's 2018, you know? I'm probably just out of my mind right now and I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, but that cringe that he had, I completely laughed at. I'm like, what is that voice? What is that voice? And so he takes Milo and blah blah blah. And so then when Tashiana is wondering, hey, where the fuck is my son? She has a daughter, Mila, somebody, pronunciations please. She had a daughter named Mila. Mila? I'm gonna call her Mila, not Mila, Mila. Because it makes more sense. Like Liza, like Lisa, like that panda alpha from Animal Jam, people usually call her Lisa, but her actual name is Liza, so I do not know what the fuck is wrong with y'all people right there, because I know Julian too damn well called her Lisa. Just like he called Zio Zeos, because I know when I was little, I used to pronounce Mira as Myra, and it just sucked, so please, help me with pronunciations right here. Okay, so Mila, she's an Oracle Phantom. She can read minds. She knows what's going on. She says, hey, Milo is being taken care of by Ellipsity. Tashiana apparently knew Ellipsity was Scarletta's son. Scarletta was her high school rival, according to the series. And what happened was, Tashiana's father, Kyoto Temple Lion, the current Phantom King from their kingdom, had forbidden her to be friends with a fiery turtle because the fiery turtles had invaded the Temple Lions like one invasion time. And Tashiana was devastated because she was really best friends with Scarletta. And so when she told Tashiana what Kyoto had told her, Tashiana was offended only because Tashiana was going through the generation of invading Jamaa, when she knows her family means equality, like a fiery turtle family means equality to all of Jamaa. So then we all meet some teachers at PBAJ. We meet Fact the Fiery Turtle Phantom History teacher, Venus Singh, a Phantom Biology teacher, Jill Scott, a Phantom Combat teacher, and Trevor Spike was, I think, a Phantom History also, but they're actually second-year teachers like Fracto, and I think Jill Scott was the second. I need some help here, because I know dang well, because like Trevor Scott, later on when Tashiana was more, when Tashiana revealed herself as James Marlowe, what the fuck ever, there is actually Fractal in the scene now. The thing that gets me is that there's actually two Phantom History teachers. What? Yeah, exactly. So, Trevor Spike was actually Greeley disguised, because, Greeley was a Tenuum. Because, on Animal Jam itself, Greeley was actually obsessed with the Phantom. So, I actually kind of agree with that plot, LIFOP plot right there, because Greeley is obsessed with Phantoms, therefore he might have been a Phantom himself. So, really good plot twist. I actually really like that. Another plot twist I really like is Red Dot Triplin, Pablo de Pinquencio. I cannot say names straight at all. I can't. So the penguin guy, and it was also Kobe Koala. They were actually not Scarletta, Tashiana's sons. Why did I say Scarletta? That was embarrassing. Okay, so Tashiana, runs to Ellipsity's cabin and beats Ellipsity up because he was Scarletta's son, the son of Ratface. And so then, Scarletta finds Ellipsity, being beat up by her own school rival. And unfortunately, Milo shifts into an Imanguum that time and meets up with Lexi Lightning Daisy, who actually tells him lies about the Tenuums and Ellipsity, who was actually his true friend that time. So later on in season 2, we meet up with Fractal, who is apparently Ellipsity's long-lost brother. What the fuck? So, Fractal meets up with, Ellipsity, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, he frames him, and the whole kingdom is in eternal winter because Fractal's jealous ass had put the great king in jail, and there's nothing we can do about it. Well, until we meet Gaius, who really annoys Matilda, his ex-girlfriend. So, what the fuck, Gaius? So, Hope is Full of Phantoms, actually a continuation if Fractal doesn't die. Some characters that I'm hopeful that ain't gonna die is Billy, Todd Tidwell, Ellipsity, Fractal, Gaius. Those are the characters I hope ain't gonna die because they're actually gonna be part of the fan series. Or fan story, so the fan story, we all know Mira and Rosalia fought. So according to my fan story, Rosalia actually gets banished after trying to take Zeus away from Mira. And, like, after the battle, after the Phantoms are created, like, Mira banishes her for taking away Zeus. Okay, so after Rosalia gets banished, the Phantoms take revenge on Mira, and nobody knows where Mira and Zeus actually are right now, but according to Ellipsity's lore, they're actually in another realm or dimension, which is actually pretty interesting considering no Gemmas had not seen Mira and Zeus around for like decades or centuries or years. So, good explanation on the lore, Ellipsity. I will actually try to use that idea. I'm giving extra full credit to you because it's the original stories from you. This is just a fan story, not to offend you, so yeah. So after that, we meet King Robin, Frostsight's father. He ends up with, I don't remember, the queen's name, Gelida? I don't remember her name, but she was the queen, Frostsight's mother. And there was, 2 or 3 other sisters with him, which I need to figure out who they are, because they're gonna be part of the fan story too. So, it's the same plot, you know, Frostsight gets poisoned, blah blah blah. But the fan story would actually start out with, like, you know, okay, so it all starts off, Fractal still has his powers lost, who knows? The thing that gets me is that, Life is Full of Phantoms isn't even over yet, and I don't know if Fractal's gonna even have his ice powers back or not, so how should I fucking know how to, like, do this? I'm just gonna basically say, hey, Fractal still lost his ice powers. I know I still have to wait till the end to actually figure shit out, but yeah. So Fractal, you know, he loses powers. He ends up in what's known as his private tower. Fractal, in the fan's story, has 2 towers: his private tower and his public tower. Basically, nobody's allowed to enter his private tower unless they have an invitation from him. Now, invitations in Phasmia in my story, they can easily be used to invite all personal guests that anybody wants to invite, and anybody who has a private tower can invite people, and that includes personal buddies. So Fractal has a couple invitations, you know, he owns a private tower, blah blah blah. Fortunately, Lucy and Victoria are actually in the fan story, because of something that happened. So, we all know Bongo Davis, and Frostsight's father, but Bongo is actually part of this. Bongo actually comes back, but, he's actually pretty supportive this time. Cause I know, according to a true story of Frostsight's Part 2, we all know, Fractal's father hated children, and that's why he abandoned Scarletta. So, I had created this idea that basically Bongo would call Fractal out, because according to the fan story, Bongo is actually dead. Because, like, nobody knows where else he's at after abandoning Scarletta, so we presume that he is dead. That's just my opinion and my idea for the fan series, so it may not be true. So, Bongo seeks out the Fractal. Fractal goes into what he calls a basement in his private tower. You know, you go to the main living room, you know, there's like a secret door on the floor. Fractal would open it, and there would be like a basement-looking cave. He would like climb downstairs, and it would have crystals all over, like icy blue crystals. It would be so beautiful. And so, Bongo would be summoned, and Fractal's like, hey, what do you want? And Bongo would actually reach out to Fractal and give him what is known as an ice ember. So the ice ember, it's like a little relic with magic in it. So Bongo gave it to him. Fractal would actually have his ice powers recovered. Now I know according to Lucky lore, the doctor said that he had lost his ice powers permanently, but was it really permanently in the fan story? I'm not trying to offend people, but this is just really my personal idea right here. So Fractal takes the ember. He would wear it all the time. as long as the ember isn't destroyed, he's actually perfectly fine. And yes, the ember came out at 2200 degrees Fahrenheit. Shut up, hey, go buy some fast food. Nobody freaking asked you. Because, you know, you're freaking dead. So, Fractal goes up to Ellipsity's throne room. You know, Ellipsity, he thought he wasn't going to be a proper king. He wasn't sure if he was king material. So when he sees Fractal, he's like, holy shit, he's alive! And he has his ice powers back. And so he actually forgives Fractal for his actions. And so then he would actually bring Fractal's ring back to him. Because, you know, he's like a true brother to him. He's forgiven. You know? So, I know I had made a series a while back called The Phantom Wolf, featuring a Phantom Tenuan Prince, an evil-ass Tenuan Queen, and a Jammer Princess. That Jammer Princess is actually being moved to the fan series. Her name was actually Starlight Magifox. And yes, I know the chance of Phantom Adventurer AJ has done it. Well, sad truth is, Phantom Adventurer AJ actually deleted her channel because she wasn't active on it no more. So, what she did was, like, she told me, hey, none of these characters being used. Use them for me. And I'm just like, okay. So, I am using Starlight Magifox. Now, Starlight Magifox is actually pretty much a jammer in the fan story, but, she bumps into Fractal later on after drowning in Phasmian Sea. Yes, she actually gets thrown in Phasmian Sea by some random dude who was trying to mess with her in her old town. So, she would actually be found by Billy. Now, Billy has a different story. He was actually on Imangulum, but he actually escaped Imangulum after being babyfied by Roselia. Well, let's see, whatever you want to put it. He would actually be in Phasmia. Billy would be at least 14 years old, if not 15 years old at this time in the fan story. So, Billy would actually find Starlight and say, hey, what happened to you? Are you okay? And Starlight would be like, yeah, some random dude was trying to mess with me, and I just had to get away. Can you please tell me where I should go? So Billy would take her to Fractal's castle. Now the thing is, Starlight actually feels awkward because Fractal is a king at this time, and she gets real nervous and she's like, oh no, he's royalty and I'm below that. Oh, I have to treat him like royalty. Oh my goodness, he's a king. Oh my goodness, I feel so nervous. It's one of those things. And Fractal reassures her, hey, I'm pretty much a really fun and decent person. You don't have to do that. And so, you know, Starlight would bond, and they would be this chick. Don't judge me. 3, 2, 1. Elsa Icy Moon! Yep, her name is Elsa. This random ass chick in Phasmia that's in competition with Starlight other than Yvette. Yvette is actually Fractal's maid at his castle. Emily Walker, a raccoon, he's actually Fractal's assistant, castle assistant, other than his ice angels, because, you know, he still has his ice angels, but his ice angels for now are actually settling in the private tower. Because, you know, why not? That's his personal ice angel minions. So, what happened is, Fractal actually gets betrayed by Elsa. Starlight, she has a crush on Fractal, before that time. Because, you know, drumroll, 3, 2, 1, they kiss. Yes, yo, Fractal and Starlight kiss. I don't even know if this is Fractal's first kiss or not, considering he actually went to his school dance with Victoria Viper during Life is Full of Phantoms, so I completely no idea. So when Elsa sees Starlight and Fractal kiss, and she's like, okay, you need to back off, that's my man, you need to back off. The point is, Fractal didn't even love Elsa at all. She was just only betrothed to him. So, what he did was fall in love with Starlight. Now, it would be his birthday a year later, and Starlight wanted to give Fractal a very unique gift. Now, in the fan series, Fractal loves Frosted-berry. Frosted-berry is like berry, only it has frost on it. So, what she did was actually go to homeless people because, fortunately, Frosted-berry perfume wasn't in stock. Yes, Fractal uses Frosted-berry perfume in the series. So, I had concluded that Rose Starlight, because her name later on is Rose, Starlight would ask for the frostberry perfume from a kind little raccoon who is actually known as Mary Rose. Mary Rose is Emily Walker's sister, older sister, and she was at least 56 years old. So she would ask her for the perfume and she would bring it to Fractal. Also, as revenge, decides to poison Fractal at the ice cream parlor, a very private ice cream parlor area. And so then, Starlight and Ellipsity would find Fractal's dead body one night after realizing, hey, he never came back to his birthday party. Where the fuck is he? And so, when they realize he died, Starlight grows freaking devastated. Because not only was Fractal like her crush, but he was also her true love. And so then, later on, Starlight's like to also, hey, you fucking idiot, you fucking did this to him. And so then they would battle. And basically, Starlight would actually win. And Elsa is banished from Phasmia under Starlight's ward because Starlight was Fractal's crush. She would be queen. And so then, guess who gets saved with true love's kiss? Ha ha ha, blah blah blah. Now to Billy's story. Billy is actually Phasmophara in the fan series. So, a year later, after bonding so much together, Fractal proposes to Rose, and that is when she changes her name legally. And plot twist, Rose actually turned 17 the day after Fractal's birthday, so. And then afterwards, after she saves him, she has another birthday and she turns 18, bada bing, bada boom. And a year after that, they get married, blah, 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 and the end. So, Fractal, Billy's story, he would escape from Imanguim. He would actually meet up with his father. His father's wife died, Chatidwa's wife died. He would be lonely in life. So, Billy's like, hey, I forgive you for what you did to me. Can we please be back together again? So, Todd's actually pretty amused and also pretty joyed by Billy's sense of kindness and love to him. So, he actually accepts him. So, Todd actually, right after his wife died, he would actually be friends with someone named Florida, who was actually queen of the Jammiverse. Florida had a daughter who was actually named Daisy Ashley Moon. Daisy would have a boyfriend who would break up with her as soon as Billy enrolls in her school. And when Billy finds out about this, he's like, dang, this girl really has a depressed life. I need to help her. So Billy and Daisy become friends. Now, there's a certain student, her name is Taylor Correa. Taylor Correa is actually Daisy's bully. She had a victim like Daisy. His name was Dilvin. Dilvin was a boy who had a crush on Daisy since kindergarten, and unfortunately Daisy rejected him. But no matter what, Dilvin would do anything for Daisy, and Daisy can actually accept that. So they were actually best friends right there, including Penelope, Jasmine, the two girly girls, Daisy's friends. And so then when she meets up with Billy, you know, she'd be like, hey, this girl is messing with me. And so what Taylor Correa does is threaten to kill Billy now. Towards the mid-end story, Taylor actually kills Daisy instead of Billy. But Billy would actually save her. I would not say any spoilers right there, but still. But that's the fan story. I know a lot of spoilers happen, but I'm gonna give you a choice. You know what? I'm not gonna give you a choice because I'm gonna be having a Fractal in December, so the fan story is probably gonna be released somewhere in December. Now, I'm gonna be renewing my 6-month membership that time because I pay for my 6-month membership on Amazon for Pop Ruby Rocks, so it's not gonna be a biggie at all. It's been half an hour, so hope you all enjoyed this really good discussion about the fan story. And as I said before, this is not to offend Ellipsity, Ellipsity the YouTuber, or Paul, whatever you want to call him. This is just something I just had an idea of. Hopefully you can agree with me. You don't have to. That's just a fan story. Just let me know what you think of it. And I'll see you on the bright side. Stay poppin'.